A record shattered in seconds. In the high-stakes arena of global entertainment, we rarely witness a moment that fundamentally breaks the established internal logic of a television franchise. However, during the 2026 auditions for Britain's Got Talent, that is exactly what occurred when Matty Juniosa stepped onto the stage. For over 2 decades, the rules of the competition have been etched in stone: one act, one chance, and for the truly elite, one golden buzzer. But Matty didn't just meet the standard. He forced the production to rewrite its own rulebook in real time. By becoming the first contestant in the history of the global franchise to receive a double golden buzzer, he ignited a media firestorm that has divided critics and fans alike. From a news perspective, this wasn't just a win for a talented singer. It was a massive signal of a shift in how talent is curated for a modern audience. The sheer technical precision of his performance, blending operatic control with contemporary soul, suggested a level of mastery that far exceeds the typical amateur circuit. While the television audience saw a man achieving a dream against all odds, industry analysts were quick to note the professional-grade polish of the performance. This unprecedented double validation by the judges raised immediate, pointed questions about whether the competition remains a level playing field for newcomers, or if the bar has been raised to a height that only seasoned professionals can hope to reach. As the golden confetti blanketed the stage, the conversation shifted almost instantly from his vocal range to his actual origins, sparking a digital investigation that would soon expose a much more complex and professional backstory than the one presented in his introductory package. The secret history of the singing waiter. Every successful reality television arc requires a relatable ground zero, and for Matty Juniosa, that was his life as a student and part-time waiter in Glasgow. The image of a Filipino immigrant balancing long shifts in the service industry with his musical aspirations was a powerful, heart-tugging narrative that captured the British public's imagination. But as our investigation into his background reveals, the singing waiter label was only a small fraction of a much larger, highly professional portfolio. Long before he was serving tables in Scotland, Matty was already a recognized name in Southeast Asia as a finalist on Idol Philippines. This pro-am status, where a professional performer enters an amateur competition, is one of the most controversial topics in 2026 media. Our sources indicate that while Matty was indeed living the student life in Glasgow, his vocal training and stage experience were already at an elite international level. This has led to accusations from various digital outlets that the show engineered his underdog story to maximize emotional engagement and drive social media metrics. Is it a true discovery if the artist has already performed for millions on a different continent and worked with major production houses? Supporters argue that his talent is undeniable regardless of his past, while purists claim that presenting him as a raw, undiscovered talent is a disservice to the true amateurs in the competition. This tension between reality and produced narrative has become the defining debate of his 2026 run, forcing viewers to decide if they value the raw voice more than the authenticity of the struggling artist's journey. From the audition room to the West End stage. While the global audience was still processing the viral impact of his audition, Matty Juniosa was already executing moves that would place him in the most prestigious circles of the London theatre world. In a move that many industry insiders describe as boldly professional, Matty secured a leading role in the 2026 revival of Jesus Christ Superstar at the iconic London Palladium. To put this into perspective, the Palladium is the very same venue where his BGT journey reached its peak, creating a fascinating, full-circle moment that happened in record time. This transition isn't just about a career change, it's about a contestant effectively outgrowing the competition while the episodes were still airing. Being cast in such a high-stakes West End production requires a level of vetting and technical skill that is rarely found in traditional talent show applicants. This development has added a significant layer of legitimacy to his career, but has also fueled the argument that he was overqualified for a talent search. From a reporting perspective, this highlights a growing trend in 2026 where reality television acts as a high-budget marketing campaign for established theater careers rather than a starting point. Matty isn't just a singer anymore. He is a West End lead who used the biggest platform in the UK to ensure his opening night would be a guaranteed sellout. This strategic maneuvering shows a high level of industry intelligence, proving that Matty understands the business of show business just as well as he understands a vocal melody, effectively turning a competition into a global brand launch. The digital identity crisis. With global fame comes a level of scrutiny and risk that many artists are unprepared for, and in 2026, that risk has taken the form of a massive identity theft crisis. Shortly after his double buzzer victory went viral, a network of sophisticated clone accounts began appearing across multiple social media platforms. These weren't just standard fan pages. They were highly convincing imposters using AI-synthesized versions of Matty's voice and likeness to target his growing fanbase. These accounts were actively soliciting funds and promoting fraudulent exclusive fan experiences that were actually sophisticated financial traps. Our news team has monitored the situation, noting that Matty's official management had to issue several red alert warnings to the public to curb the damage and protect his younger followers. This incident serves as a grim reminder of the dangers facing breakout stars in the age of deepfakes and digital fraud. For Matty, the battle wasn't just on stage anymore, it was in the digital trenches, fighting to protect his personal brand from being weaponized against the very fans who put him on a pedestal. The speed at which these vulture accounts appeared suggests that high-profile contestants are now being targeted by coordinated groups looking to capitalize on viral spikes in real time. It forced an immediate pivot in his media strategy, moving away from the accessible student persona to a more protected professional stance, adding another layer of complexity to his public persona and highlighting the dark side of modern overnight fame. The verdict on the 2026 talent landscape. As we conclude our look at the Matty Juniosa phenomenon, the question remains: has his success permanently changed the rules for everyone else? We are looking at a performer who bridged the gap between a regional waiter narrative and international West End stardom in a single season. His 2026 journey has forced a long-overdue conversation about gatekeeping in talent shows. If the primary goal of these programs is to find the absolute best talent, then Matty is the perfect, undisputed winner. But if the goal is to find undiscovered talent, his professional history in the Philippines and his West End casting create a significant ethical paradox for the genre. What we are witnessing is the birth of the hybrid superstar, someone who uses the infrastructure of reality television to bypass traditional industry gatekeepers, even if they were already insiders in a different global market. Matty has successfully navigated the controversies, the digital scams, and the professional backlash to emerge as one of the most talked-about figures in the UK entertainment scene. His story is a masterclass in modern brand management, showing that in 2026, a great voice is only the beginning of the journey. You need a narrative that can survive the internet's deep dive and a professional strategy that looks 5 steps ahead of the competition. Whether you see him as a lucky student or a seasoned pro, there is no denying that Matty Juniosa is the new blueprint for what it takes to win in the age of global, interconnected media.